6.1 magnitude earthquake has struck southern Japan, triggering widespread panic, damaging buildings and infrastructure, disrupting transport services and prompting tsunami warnings across the nation's southwestern Kyushu region. The strong tremor has left at least 50 people injured, forced the evacuation of more than 1.5 lakh residents, and once again reminded the world why Japan remains one of the most prone nations on earth. Well, according to the Japan Meteorological Agency, the earthquake struck Kumamoto prefecture on Kyushu Island today, and the quake originated at a shallow depth of around 10 kilometers beneath the sea, making the shaking far more intense at the surface. The tremor also registered the highest level 7 on Japan's Shindo intensity scale, which measures the actual strength of ground shaking experienced in different locations. A level 7 reading indicates extremely violent shaking that is capable of causing severe damage to buildings, roads and other infrastructure. And as soon as the earthquake struck, authorities issued emergency earthquake warnings across several prefectures, including Kumamoto, Nagasaki, Fukuoka and others. A tsunami advisory was also issued, warning that waves of up to 1 meter could hit coastal areas. Residents living near the coastline were immediately urged to move to higher ground and follow evacuation instructions that are issued by the local authorities. Japan's public broadcaster reported that tsunami waves matching the expected height may have already reached some coastal locations. However, after monitoring sea levels for nearly 2 hours, the Japan Meteorological Agency lifted the tsunami advisory after confirming that the immediate threat had passed. Well, despite the lifting of the tsunami warning, the earthquake caused significant disruption across the region, as Prime Minister Sanai Takaichi confirmed that the government had received reports of injuries while emergency teams continued assessing the full extent of the damage. She said that protecting lives remained the government's highest priority as rescue and relief operations continued. Initial reports indicate that at least 50 people were injured while several buildings suffered structural damage. Authorities also reported collapsed walls, fires in some areas, damage to roads and bridges, and widespread power outages. And as a precautionary measure, more than 1.5 lakh residents were advised to evacuate vulnerable areas, while emergency services carried out inspections and assessed the entire safety of damaged buildings. The Japanese Defense Ministry also dispatched aircraft in order to conduct aerial surveys and assist authorities in evaluating the scale of the destruction. The powerful tremor also severely affected public infrastructure, as Kyushu Electric Power reported that nearly 40,000 households lost electricity following the earthquake. Power failures also disrupted telecommunications in several areas, making communication difficult for some residents. Railway operator JR Kyushu suspended several train services, including sections of the bullet train network, while engineers carried out emergency safety inspections of tracks and stations. Operations at the Kumamoto airport were also disrupted after the runway was temporarily closed, leading to flight cancellations and diversions until safety checks could be completed. Whenever a major earthquake strikes Japan, concerns quickly shift to the nation's nuclear facilities. However, Kyushu Electric Power confirmed that there were no immediate abnormalities at the Sentai and Genkai nuclear power plant following the earthquake. Authorities continue to closely monitor critical infrastructure, but officials have stated that there is currently no indication of any nuclear-related emergency. Japan is no stranger to earthquakes, as the country lies along the Pacific Ring of Fire, one of the world's most active seismic zones, where several tectonic plates constantly collide and move beneath one another. And as a result, Japan experiences thousands of earthquakes every year. While most are minor and some develop into devastating natural disasters that is capable of causing enormous destruction. And the latest earthquake has revived memories of the catastrophic 2011 Great East Japan earthquake, when a magnitude 9.0 undersea earthquake triggered a massive tsunami that killed or left missing nearly 18,500 people and caused the nuclear disaster. That tragedy remains one of the worst natural disasters in Japan's modern history and continues to shape the nation's strict disaster preparedness policies. Even after today's earthquake, authorities have warned residents not to lower their guard, and stronger aftershocks remain possible, particularly because the earthquake occurred at a shallow depth. Emergency teams continue to inspect buildings, bridges, roads and other critical infrastructure, while the Japan Meteorological Agency is closely monitoring seismic activity and coastal conditions for any further risk. Although the tsunami advisory has now been lifted, the situation remains under close watch, and with dozens injured, Thousands evacuated, transport services disrupted, and emergency response teams still assessing the damage. Japan once again finds itself confronting the challenges of living in one of the world's most seismically active regions. And as rescue operations continue and authorities work to restore normalcy, the earthquake serves as another powerful reminder of the importance of preparedness, rapid response, and resilience in the face of natural disasters. That's all for now. Stay tuned to the Savera for more updates.